I'm live. I'm live. Hello, fellow trippy foodie thingy. What do you want to be called? You want to be called trippies? Foodies? Trippy foodies? Trippers? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. What you guys want to be called? Welcome to another Trippy Food live. What would that be? A Trippy Food Grab Bag live stream. So, because it's a grab bag live stream, we have to have a grab bag, right? So our grab bag today is from LAXC. And if that sounds familiar to you guys, well, those of you from LA, maybe it sounds familiar because you've actually been there. There is I guess it's wholesale and retail, big, huge supermarket and restaurant supply place. It's open to the public. And it's called LAXC, and they call it the Thai Costco. And when you go in there, you see why. So you can buy like individual items, or you can buy, cases of stuff. And so we did an earlier episode there, and recently we went back and redid it. And the reason that I went back and redid it is because when we went there the first time, we only got steam table items and ate it outside, and that was it. We didn't even show you the inside of this place, which is amazing. So we did that. And then at the same time, across the parking lot I think it's called Mei Ting's. We got the Thai papaya salad, but all it shows me is eating the Thai papaya salad. Doesn't show making it, doesn't show the place, doesn't show Mei Ting. And their specialty is the coconut cakes, and we don't have the coconut cakes in the episode. So I just recently refilmed those two episodes, going to put them back together, and it's going to be a Be Kind Rewind episode. We're going to kind of merge all those things together. Now, when I did go to LAXC, they didn't have the steam tables open, so I couldn't redo the food part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture that food part from the original episode and then put it in the new episode and then just run it all together. So that's what we're going to do. So hello, everybody. Ice Hand is here. Tom is here, old guy in Colorado. And it looks like that's it. This says there's 5 people in the room. Those are only 2 of those 5 people. So hope you've all had a good week. It's looks like we're going into holiday season. It's the holiday season. So whatever holidays that you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Saturnalia or Christmas or Festivus, it doesn't matter. It's the holiday season. And so we're getting ready for the holiday season. And yes, there will be a Christmas episode, maybe more than one Christmas episode. We'll have to see. Let's see. Who else came in? Miguel Rangel came in. Jeff is here. All right. Well, they're piling in. Well, I was going to say they're piling in. That the number thing still says 5. So it still says 5. We just know who you are now. I'm not sure if Janice is going to join us today. Not sure if Julie's going to join us today. Hopefully they will. Well, Janice has to. Otherwise, she'll break her streak. Oh, there's Jules. Hi, hon. Glad to see you. Glad you could make it. So I'm going to do some fun stuff today. And yes, wrong hand. Yes, that is a horse's skull with an In-N-Out hat. In-N-Out, what do you call that? Service hat? Like the one the guys at the In-N-Out wear. Yeah, that is what that is. So, in case you were wondering what that was, well, you guys have seen horse skull head before, but not wearing an In-N-Out head. We like to go to the Ullerfest in Breckenridge. What is the Ullerfest? ULLR. I think that's Ullerfest. Oh, the skull, the horse's skull. Yeah, and that is, you might think, well, isn't that kind of a Halloween thing? No, actually, it's a Christmas time tradition in Scandinavia, where they actually go door to door with a horse's head and sing until they let you in to eat food and stuff like that. Sounds like a fun tradition, but unless you're the guy who has to let them in. But let's see, who did I miss? I got Julie, I got Ice Hand, Tom, Miguel Rangel. All right, yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up. And you guys are like, I don't know if you follow us on all the social media, we've been posting a lot of videos, the shorts. We've been posting a lot of the videos on TikTok and Instagram, and you're probably wondering why. Well, it's because I haven't been able to get caught up, and so those all kind of like those were, I would say, the past 6 months or so, episodes that have gone up, or shorts that have gone up, and I just haven't got around to putting them on those platforms. So that's why you're seeing a lot of those. We're caught up now. So I was doing like 5 a day just to get them out there, and we're all caught up now. So as we get more episodes air, I have like 10 left to edit, and then I've got 5 that are pending right now. And so, there's about 15. So I would guess over the next 15 days, you're probably going to see one of those per day. And then I'll start to get to actually posting the images, the photos and stuff that I've taken on Instagram. So we're getting caught up, slowly getting caught up. Then I've got about 20 actually main episodes to do. And I was out filming some of those episodes this weekend, or at least finishing up those episodes this weekend. Thus the In-N-Out hat, because you get that at the In-N-Out replica museum. So that's why it has an In-N-Out hat, and that's why it's wearing one. So you could make that skull into a Mari. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is, Jules. And Mari, how do you say that? Mari Lude, I think. That's exactly what that is. It was my Halloween costume, but nobody recognized it as Mari Lude. So once upon a time, the Norse winter god Ullr was I got that right. Was traveling around the northern hemisphere depositing snow when he happened to find himself in the resort ski town of Breckenridge. Like even God's got to ski every once in a while. All right. Did I miss anybody while I was busy yapping? Did anybody sneak into the room? No, we're at 6 now. So somebody did sneak into the room and have not made themselves known, but that's okay. Let's see. I got Jeff, got Jules, got Tom, got Ice Hand, got who else? Miguel. That's like 5. No, and I just jumped to 8. So now that they're pouring in now. And again, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if like there's, people are taking vacation time or something like that. So, lately we've had a lot of people. Now on the YouTube channel, the subscriber, the number of subscribers is rising again. So we're over 6,100 now. And I think it might be because of the other social media stuff. So I think it might be because of the Instagram and TikTok stuff. I think that might be it. It's bringing them over to the channel and actually subscribing to the channel. So our subscriber count is going up, slowly, a little bit, but still going up. What are we doing on time? We're at 1:08. We got a few minutes. We'll let some other people come into the room. So how was your weeks? I don't expect like one person to speak for everybody, but there's 80 of you. It shouldn't take very long. I hope you guys had good weeks, and I hope you have a nice week coming up. I'm pretty busy. Did you get your haircut? Yes and no. I not since the last live stream. It does what it wants. It just looks different today. It just does what it wants. I know. Put some gel in that. I do put some gel in that, but it still does what it wants. So I don't know. What do you think? Does it look stupid? Does it look okay? I can tell it looks good. Oh, you can tell that I put gel in it, or you can tell that I got it cut a couple weeks ago. Because I think I did a live stream last week, didn't I? Thought I did a live stream last week. Yeah, so we let's see, episodes coming up. So because we do a regular episode every Thursday. This week it's homemade Sprite and tea, but I might move that up because I've got some other stuff that I might want to squeeze in there. But yeah, I have the regular Thursday episodes already through, I want to say June or July. Let's see. Let's take a look. Through July, yeah. So, but I could move them around. It depends. And then some of them I'll even put out 2 in the same day. Like for instance, you guys saw the donut one, or the giant donut one, right? So we had the donut hole, and we had Randy's Donuts, and I put them both out in the same day because they're both dealing with giant donuts. So I thought you guys would like that. Got cut. Missed the live stream too. Oh, that's right. That's right. And you did not live stream last week. Why didn't I live stream last week? Maybe I was busy filming or something. So, and I'm not sure what's going to happen this week coming up because there's a couple of I don't want to say events, but scheduled food and travel things coming up this weekend, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to arrange those on the same day. So, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully, you guys are getting notification. So I try to notify people on social media and on the YouTube channel itself. So when I put up a thing saying, "Hey, we're not going to live stream this weekend," hopefully you get notification on that. I think you guys said by an overwhelming amount that you guys get notification. 1 second. I don't know what I'm allergic to. Something just made me sneeze. All right, there we go. Yeah, so Jules, I guess you didn't see it after I got it cut. So I think maybe it was a couple weeks I got it cut, I guess. So thank you, Jules. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. So yeah, trying some different things. I got, as you can, nope, wrong finger. As you can see, I've got sort of a platform here where you can kind of see stuff, and I might put like the other stuff up there as we do it so you can see it. The camera picks up weird angles, so this is kind of like way behind. Well, I can see, maybe you can bring it up a little bit and still have it in the camera view. I guess, I think that will work. I think that will work. Yeah, we talked on the phone and couldn't hear her. Yes, you can't tell, you can't see haircuts over the phone unless you're doing like FaceTime kind of thing. Schnozzelbots. Mazel tov. All right, we're at 1:12. We'll wait till 1:15 and get started. You know, we have our typical adult beverage, which you can see right there, and our typical soft drink, which you can see right there. And we have our typical 8 snacks. So it should be fun. You're going to knock that? Yes, I am going to knock that over. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So, you know, it is what it is. I thought this might be in the view, but it's not. It just kind of in the corner. It doesn't have to be. It's the grab bag. You say that when people sneeze. There was a guy I used to work with, and when he would sneeze and somebody would say, "God bless you," he would say, "Am I going to die?" Which I thought was pretty funny because it's kind of antiquated. Like, I think maybe that people would say, "God bless you," like, "We hope you don't die because you sneezed." Like maybe you have the cold, and everyone knows that you know you could die from having the cold. You know, back then, of course, or you know, it could be the plague. Nobody really knew. So, so I think that's where the "God bless you" comes from, but it's kind of antiquated. But people still say it. Gesundheit. I don't know how old that is, and it's only part of the whole phrase. So there's a longer phrase in German. I think Gesundheit is in there somewhere, but I don't know if it's at the beginning or the end of that whole phrase. And it just means good health. Just like in Spanish, you say salud when somebody sneezes, and it means health. All right, salud, health. I don't know, go figure. Those phrases that we use commonly, and some of them are based on longer phrases and everything. They make more sense when you hear the longer phrase, but no one ever uses it anymore. Like happy as a clam, right? People say happy as a clam. Are clams happy? I don't think they're that happy. The whole phrase is happy as a clam at high tide. And the reason that clams are happy at high tide, that we don't even know if clams can feel happiness or sadness, but the reason they say that clams are happy at high tide is because the people on the beach who are trying to catch them can't catch them because they're underwater. So it really came from the time of the plague. Yeah, that's what I figured, something like that. Of course, clams are happy. They're always smiling. I'd have to check that next time I buy clams to eat that are in the shell and everything. I'll have to check to see if they're smiling. Ring Around the Rosie comes from the plague. Yes, it does. Pocket Full of Posy, because they used to put like the flower petals, I think, around the bed, the rose petals around the bed, and then the posies. I think also the plague doctors. So you've seen the mask, the plague doctor's mask, which it kind of comes out like a big black cone. I think you guys have probably seen that, right? The plague doctor's mask. And I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, that they would put flowers in the end of that cone Not necessarily for medicinal purposes, but to, hide the smell. I think that's what it was. So somebody can tell me if that's true or not. Dave Aiken is here. Now it's a party. Well, now it is a party because it's 1:15. Did Janice sneak in? Did I not see Janice come in? And is Janice here? I don't know. I don't know if Janice is here. All right, so we'll get started. So we're going to start with our adult beverage. And this is from Epic Brewing Company. This is Epic Brewing Big Bad Baptist Salted Maple Beer. I know there's a lot to take in right there, but it just sounded really, really interesting. So Epic Brewing Company was founded in 2000 by David Cole and Peter Erickson in Salt Lake City, Utah. So this is whiskey barrel aged, contains maple syrup. Let's see, what else? Imperial Stout. I like stouts. Aged in whiskey barrels with cacao, sea salt, Vermont maple syrup, maple type flavor. Oh, so it has Vermont maple syrup in it, but why add a maple type flavor? That doesn't make any sense. And caramel color with a hint of sea salt. Rich Vermont maple syrup with a hint of sea salt enhances this robust aged brew with the essence of falling leaves and the promise of fall. Let this beer whisk you away to a secret place surrounded by trees and vibrant colors and a brisk, gentle breeze. I don't know what all that, but we're going to drink it. And this is let's see, what is the ABV on this? It is, where are you, ABV? I mean, I think they have to put an ABV on there. I don't see one, though. Yeah, this has to have an ABV. Where is it? No ABV. I cannot find ABV. Now, you guys, some of you might be saying, like, Val, what is an ABV? It's alcohol by volume. So it's a percentage of alcohol by volume. Now, a typical beer has around 5. I would say it averages around 5. We've done some on the high side, like some as high as almost 14, and then some as low as 4. But that's kind of. Have you tried Arrogant Bastard Ale? I have. It was a long time ago, but we can bring it back. Maybe we'll do it on the next live stream. They thought disease could be caused by bad air, so flower smell could protect you from disease. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. I don't want to be whisked away to their secret place. No, it's such a secret that they don't tell you how much alcohol is in here. So I don't know. I mean, like, I'm kind of a lightweight in it, and so I'm a little bit nervous because if it's like high content, I'm just going to have to drink it slow. So again, this is from Epic Brewing Company. Epic Brewing Company is in Salt Lake City, Utah. So as long as we're on the subject of Utah, the question is, what is the official state snack of Utah? Again, what is the official state snack of Utah? Let's get this bad boy open. All right, now it's going to go everywhere because I just knocked it down, which is, par for the course. Oh, maybe not. Okay. The air came out and it didn't go everywhere, so I think we're good. I don't like pouring out of cans. It just always goes everywhere. So let's see. Yep, like now. Now I'm going to smell like a brewery. Jules, is there a trick? You were a bartender. Is there a trick to pouring from a can where it doesn't go everywhere? Is there a trick? A trick that I do not know? All right, that'll do for now. Nice, dark, and murky. Tipping can and glass. Got it. I'll have to try that next time. It's 10% ABV? Really? This is a 10% ABV? Ooh, that's going to take me to another place. Not much of a smell at all. That's odd. Wunderbar. Ooh. Ooh. That's sweet. Well, it has maple syrup in it. Of course it's sweet. It's an odd sweetness, though. It definitely It's definitely maple syrup forward. Definitely tasting maple syrup in there. Then there's kind of a grainy sweetness, like almost like a graham cracker sweetness in there. For a 10% ABV, I would think it would have more of an alcohol bite, and it does not, which is dangerous because that means, if it goes down easy, that, you're likely to go down easy too. That is really good. That is a good after meal drink. That is a dessert drink. That is a good sitting by the fire, just relaxing with that drink. Or serve that with hot apple pie, or even make a beer float with that. I think that would be really, really good. Not a lot of effervescence, not a lot of bubbles and everything, but a really kind of smooth, creamy, sweet taste and syrupy taste. And that's just really different. I don't know if somebody says, would you like a beer, that I would go with that. Like, that's not your just like beer drinking beer. That's like a special occasion beer. And again, it's really almost like a dessert beer or something like that, but still, that's going to get a big thumbs up from me. All right. Our question was, what is the official state snack of Utah? Let's see if anybody answer that. Tom says pork chops. I don't know if that was an answer to the question or not. Jules said Jell-O. Let's see. Joshua Maxwell's here. Welcome, Joshua. Glad you can make it. What is the adult beverage? Well, I'm sorry. Let me move that over where you can see it. And it is Epic Brewing Company Big Bad Baptist Salted Maple Beer. Now, it's salted. I'm not really it's not like it doesn't have a salty taste. So if there's a little bit of salt in there, it's subtle and it's nice. I don't really like salty things, and I don't like overly like sugary things. That's just really nice. I mean, there's no other word for it. Be back in 10. Don't do anything awesome like take a spit take till I get back. Well, I'm not doing another beverage until like 4 snacks from now. So we will wait for you, at least for that. Like I said, Tom said pork chops. Julie said Jell-O. Nobody else really answered that question. The answer is Jell-O. Jell-O is the official state snack of Utah. All righty, let's move on. And let's go into our grab bag again from LAXC, the Thai Costco. That's going to be a fun episode to edit, I think. Where's my pot? Oh, here it is. Maybe we can do this. Let's do this. You gotta move that over that way? Yeah, I gotta move that over that way. Okay, so our first snack is Mrs. Red chocolate pudding pie. Now, I have to admit, I don't think I've had a pudding pie before, unless they considered like a lemon pie. I think these are called hand pies, and I have had lemon ones, but I don't know that I've ever had a chocolate pudding pie. So this is my first. This is Mrs. Red's Pie Company. Mrs. Red's Pie Company was founded in 1956 as Maple Lane Bakery by Thomas Telliard in Colton, California. All right, so as long as we're on the subject of pies, what band had a member claim that they got the band's name from a man who appeared to him on a flaming pie? Again, what band had a member claim that they got their name from a man who appeared to them on a flaming pie? And I don't think it was one of these pies. All right. So we're going to try Mrs. Red's pudding pie. Let's see. I have my cutting board here so I can cut this. Looks like your typical hand pie. Okay. So I'm gonna cut the end off and do a piece of the cross section. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So that's what a chocolate pudding pie looks like on the inside. A very, very thick crust. That's going to go everywhere. really strong chocolate taste. It does taste like chocolate pudding, but it almost tastes artificially flavored. It contains 2% or less of Dutch cocoa. It tastes like it has less. It does have eggs. It does have coconut. It says wheat and milk, but the milk is probably in the filling. The wheat is in the crust. I don't really see. I mean, high fructose corn syrup and sugar. Yeah, I think they need to step up that 2% or less, because it obviously has the texture of chocolate pudding, and it does have like a faint kind of reminder of chocolate, but they need to amp up the chocolate a little bit, especially for something they put big letters chocolate there. They need to amp that up a little bit. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. I think that could be a lot better. The crust is nice. The crust is fine. It doesn't taste stale. It's not soggy. It's not crunchy. It's not, not too hard. Nice texture of the filling, but they need to amp up that chocolate taste. It just it's not really there that much. So, all right. So let's see. Did I miss anything? I did not miss anything. Keep me honest. So the question was, what band had a member claim they got their name from a man who appeared to them on a flaming pie? So Tom says Boy George. Good guess. Icehan says Grateful Dead. And Joshua Maxwell says Beatles. He spelled it like the insect, but I think he means Beatles. Joshua, you are absolutely correct. It is the Beatles. John Lennon, in a 1961 interview with Mersey Beat, was talking to the interviewer and said, who asked where they came up with the band's name, and he said, "A man came down in a flaming pie and gave us the name and says, from now on, you're the Beatles." So yeah, that was that. All right, yeah, thumbs in the middle on that one. Unfortunate. All right, let's go on to our next snack. You guys ready for another snack? Who's ready for another snack? Ooh, this one's really interesting. I was fascinated by this one. Put it up there where you can see it. There we go. That could work. This is from Sahale. I think it's Sahale. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm going to say Sahale. I could be wrong. Sahale Snacks. This is tangerine, vanilla, cashew, and macadamia mix. Okay, Madagascar vanilla bean, mangoes. What do you mean mangoes? Oh, there's mango in there. There's chunks of mango in there. Macadamia nuts, cashews. It's a glazed mix. The smooth vanilla and bright citrus flavors were the perfect treat for a lazy summer day. We reimagined this classic combination by pairing pure ground Madagascar vanilla bean and tangerine with crunchy cashews and buttery macadamia nuts. Beyond ordinary. Well, we better hope so. 100% of the electricity is used to make our snacks match with renewable energy. It is non-GMO. Dry roasted nuts made with renewable energy. It is gluten-free. I do not see anything saying it is vegan. Ingredients: cashews, dried mango, cane sugar, macadamia nuts, tapioca syrup, brown sugar, tangerine powder, sea salt, tangerine juice, concentrate, vanilla beans, vanilla extract. I mean, I don't see anything that says it. There's no vegan thing on there, but I don't see anything that's non-vegan in here. Could be maybe they make it in a place where there's other things that aren't vegan and they just can't call it vegan. I don't know. I'm not sure. May contain occasional nutshell pieces. Well, thanks. Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon. Okay. So Sahale Snacks was founded in 2003 by Josh Schroeder and Edmund Sanctus in Seattle, Washington. So since this has macadamia nuts, let's ask a macadamia nut question. Where are the world's largest amount of macadamia nuts grown? Again, where is the world's largest amount of macadamia nuts grown? Oh, it started with a creamy orange and vanilla frozen ice pop. So apparently this tastes like a creamsicle. I get that smell. I get that orange and vanilla smell. It's an interesting looking mix. Look at that. I guess let's try to do a piece of mango, a piece of macadamia nut, and a piece of cashew. Well, let's do 2 cashews. No, let's do 1. Let's do a piece of each, and then just put them all in the same mouthful. Ooh, that's chewy. Oh, mango's chewy. A mango almost tastes like pineapple. Probably because of the citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. All right. There's a lot going on in that mouthful. There's a lot of flavors, but all the flavors come forward, right? So you get you do get the mango flavor, you do get the orange flavor or tangerine flavor. You know, obviously there's whole macadamia nuts and whole cashews in there, so you're getting that flavor, and you get the vanilla. So that is a really, it's kind of a sweet snack. I don't think I could eat a lot of these. So like if you like, you know, eating a handful of nuts or something, and you go to eat these, I think you can't eat quite as many because, like I said, they're very sweet, but they're actually pretty tasty. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. All right. So the question was, where is the world's largest amount of macadamia nuts grown? And it looks like Ice Hand said Hawaii. And it looks like the only guess. Anybody else want to take a guess? That would have been my first guess because Hawaii is famous for macadamia nuts, but it actually is not the world's largest grower of macadamia nuts. The world's largest grower of macadamia nuts is, in fact, South Africa. I would not have. I would have guessed. I would have guessed Hawaii too, but then I, like you, would have been wrong. So, and I can't guess because I look up the answers, so I know what the answers are. All right. So let's see. That was 2 snacks. That was 2 snacks. All right. So let's go into our third snack. This one looks interesting. I put this in I didn't put this in this. Like what I try to do is when I arrange the snacks that we're going to do, I try to arrange them by flavor. So I try to start with the sweet stuff, and then I go into the savory stuff, and then I go into the spicy stuff, right? I think this might be spicy, but I think it's going to be like sweet, like that barbecue sauce. It's Korean barbecue, so I think Korean barbecue has probably gochujang or something like that in there. Ingredients: beef, sugar, soy sauce, mirin, sesame oil, celery powder, garlic. Yeah, I don't see anything hot in here at all. It doesn't say peppers or anything else like that. So it's an artisan jerky that's handcrafted with soft and tender solid strips of beef, marinated in traditional Asian flavors like soy sauce, mirin, and sesame. Yeah, so it's not going to be spicy. So I think we are okay. So again, that is from Gold Emblem. Gold Emblem is obviously a product line of CVS, and CVS's Gold Emblem product line was first launched in 1995. CVS was founded in 1963 by Stanley and Sidney Goldstein and Ralph Hoagland in Lowell, Massachusetts. So here's our question. This is CVS. What do the initials CVS stand for? What do the initials CVS stand for? All right. Let's go ahead and try this. It says tear to share. What's it? Tear to share. Ooh, that's a nice smell. Here's the thing. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but when you look in the bag, you don't get a lot of it. You know, it's just like that much. Not a lot, which means I probably didn't pay a lot. These are big pieces. I just want a small piece. Ooh, now my hand's getting all Korean barbecue-y. That's a nice flavor. I'm definitely getting the soy sauce. And then there's a sweetness to it. I think, hang on 1 second. I'm going to try something. That is, sorry, I knocked everything over. That is really nice, but for some reason, most exceptionally sweet. The sweetness is pretty heavy, but really nice flavor, nice texture of the jerky, moist. There's some chewiness to it, but not where you feel like you're going to ruin your teeth on it. And the meat has a really nice flavor, so that's a thumbs up. But I'm going to do this. See if I can get that little piece in there. Yeah. We're going to Korean-fy it. Put that one on the keyboard. All right. A little bit of gochujang. Just kicks it up a little notch. Did you get that pepper flavor from the gochujang? Yeah, it just takes it to another level. Like I said, thumbs up, really good. Put the gochujang on it just kicks it up a level. Now I really need to make sure that I have like some sort of bowl to wash my hands. I got Korean barbecue all over my hands. All right. So our question, that's really good. But again, very sweet. What do the initials CVS stand for? Let's see. I think Joshua Maxwell is guessing CBS when it says CVS. V is in Val or Valentino. Same name. So knowing that, you guys want to try again? It's C, V as in Val, S. Yeah, Joshua, want to take another stab at it? CBS? Now, I will tell you that I am old enough to remember when CVS first started up. Well, I don't remember when CVS first started up because it was founded in 1963. But living in Massachusetts, there were CVS all over the place. And I remember it having the old name, and the old name was without being abbreviated. Now it's officially called CVS, but prior to, I don't remember exactly when they officially changed the name to CVS from the original name. Anybody? Joshua, you want to take another stab at it? No? Yes? No? I'm assuming that's a no. Oh, you are so close, Joshua. Yes. No, you are spot on. Right on the money, Joshua. It is consumer value stores. They were called consumer value stores when they first came out. Big sign. Now all I have to do is put 3 letters on there. Letters are expensive. You're going to put a sign up there. Letters cost money, pal. Ain't nobody got that kind of money to put consumer value stores on the sign anymore. Alrighty, that's good. But like I said, kind of sweet, and I don't know if I can eat a lot of that, which seems to be the recurring theme today. Let me try to get this gochujang off the keyboard. Not that I don't think it's going to set in or anything, but still. Yeah, that was me. I do stuff like that. Okay, I think I got it. All right. And then we got, let me see, how many snacks? Oh, that typed a bunch of stuff. Hang on. Just don't want sticky keyboard. No, but it typed a bunch of stuff. You know, not the window. I said, did he drop or spill anything? Come on, Jules. Honestly, yeah. When I did that before, I was cleaning up the gochujang that I spilled on the keyboard, and I made more of a mess or a hassle trying to clean that up. So there we go. All right. So oh, one more snack. Yep. Are you back in Boston? I am not in Boston. I am currently in Los Angeles County. I don't know for how long. I'm a nomad. I'm a rebel, a loner. There are things about me you don't know, things you shouldn't know. This looked really interesting. I'll tell you why in a second. Sorry, Grub Warp, I didn't acknowledge you. Julie did. Thank you, Julie. All right, so this is from Trader Joe's, and this is Trader Joe's Cashel Blue Cheese Irish Potato Chips. This is a product of Ireland. The thing that I think is interesting about this is that Keogh's, K-E-O, is it K-E-O-U? K-E-O-U-G-H? Maybe it's just K-E-O. No, it's K-E-O-U-G-H. Keogh's, which is an Irish potato chip company, has a Cashel blue cheese chip. And I'm wondering if Trader Joe's is just like repackaging theirs. Like maybe they're not going to make it anymore and everything, and they're just repackaging theirs or anything. And it's just really unusual. It's specifically Cashel blue cheese potato chips, and it's a product of Ireland. You don't really see that a lot, except with Keogh's, chips. You never know when the witness protection program will need to move out to a safe location. That's true. That's true. You're a rambling man. Oh, I was born a rambling man. Well, the thing is, I go from thought to thought, and then I focus on, then I see something in the chat, and then I address something in the chat, and I try to be multitasking, and sometimes it's a dismal failure. You're not missing much. Tuesday will be a low of 4. My face already hurts just thinking about it. 4. I don't know. I'm kind of like the cold every once in a while. Anyway, so these are Trader Joe's Cashel Blue Irish Potato Chips, product of Ireland, and it might be Keogh's. I don't know. Trader Joe's, of course, was founded in 1958 as Pronto Markets in Los Angeles by Joe Columb. The first Trader Joe's branded store was opened in 1967. You guys should know this because we do this all the time. So the question is, where is the oldest Trader Joe's store located? Where is the oldest Trader Joe's store located? TJ's Hot Honey Popcorn is fire. It is so good, too good. Glad our closest TJ is half an hour away. I have to try that. I didn't know they had that. I didn't see that when I was in there, but I wasn't looking for that either. But it's pertaining to free spirit and moving around. Oh, I thought you meant like not being able to hold a coherent thought. I do that too. But yeah, I do move around a lot. All right. From the bottom. That wasn't really an Irish accent. If I was doing an Irish accent, I would do like Bono. Do you know Bono? Not Sonny Bono. Oh, that smells like blue cheese. That you know that kind of foot kind of smell that blue cheese has? Well, this definitely has it. Nashies is here. Hey, Nashies. Well, you can get caught up on the 4 snacks we just did when we do the Goût Mélange. We got 4 more snacks coming up. Glad you can make it, Nashies. Always fine to see you in our living room. The room I'm living in. Wow. You know how sometimes you're eating a product and it says what flavor it is, and you eat it and it's like, is it though? That is hardcore blue cheese flavor. Hey, Val and chat. I'm at Six Flags Magic Mountain today for a media event. I'm in and out of the stream today, but you're here, Janice, and I think that's the important thing. These are really good. My newest grandchild. Oh, you're talking about, yes. My newest grandchild. You scared me there for a second. I thought, Jules, is there something you're not telling me? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Yas is the new bearded dragon that the girls just got. So, Jules, wouldn't that kind of be like a great-grand, I want to say grand dragon, but that doesn't sound good. I don't like that. Grand dragon has other connotations. I'm not ready for that. These are really good. Now, obviously, you have to like blue cheese because it does have that blue cheese funk, and it has that blue cheese, like, what do you call that? Not tart, but like that kind of picante from the blue mold that runs through it. And a really strong sharpness. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work, Nashies. Thanks. So it definitely has that. It has that blue cheese. That blue cheese flavor is just like all over that chip. The chips themselves, not greasy, not overly salted, not soggy, not stale. Really good. That's a big thumbs up. Those are really, really, really good. Now, I'll have to go back and see if I'm pretty sure we did the Kio's Cashel blue cheese chips. I have to go back and compare those and see how I compared those to these. But those are really, really good. Kaida, yes. Bearded dragons are gorgeous. They are. They're beautiful animals. All right. Everybody saying hi. Did I miss anybody? Keep me honest if I missed somebody who came into the room, whatever. All right. That's 4 snacks, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 snacks. Time for our soft drink. And our soft drink comes to us from, oh, wait, I didn't answer the question. The question was, where is the oldest Trader Joe's store located? I don't know that I saw anybody answer. Oh, Joshua Maxwell, so California. That's just generic enough to be correct. Yes, it is California, Joshua Maxwell. Very, very specifically, it is Pasadena, California. And even more specifically than that, it is on Arroyo Parkway in Pasadena, California. And it is the oldest Trader Joe's, was actually the first Trader Joe's. So it was the first store that was branded as Trader Joe. Because, again, it originally started as Pronto Markets. So the first one that came out that was branded as a Trader Joe's is still operating, and that's the one on Arroyo Parkway in Pasadena. So everybody got it right because, it is California. All right. So now we're going to try this. This is Yo's. I think I'm saying that right. Or Yo. Maybe it's Yo or Yo. I'm not sure. Yo's chrysanthemum tea drink. Yo's was founded as Yo Hiap Seng in 1900 by Yeo Keng Lian in Zhangzhou, China, as a manufacturer of soy sauce. So, question is, where were chrysanthemums first cultivated for their herbal value? Again, where were chrysanthemums first cultivated for their herbal value? So let's try this. Let's see. What else is in it besides water, chrysanthemum, flower extract, cane sugar, and fructose? Why? You're going to put sugar in there. Why put fructose in it? It doesn't make any sense. Best before, see base of can. It is not carbonated, so I don't, I'm going to turn it upside down. March 27th, 2026. We're in good shape there. Let's try this. Jules, it's funny that you mentioned Mike's Hot Honey because we have a Mike's Hot Honey snack coming up. Where's my glass? All right. Tilt both, right? Oh, that works. I was kind of expecting this to be like a grass jelly drink. It is not. It looks like in the camera it's got a pinkish hue to it, but looking at it directly through the sunlight, it's yellowy. Wait a minute. Did I scroll out of there? There we go. Okay. No smell. Well, we're about to find out if I do too, Nashies. Here's the odd thing about that. It has two kinds of sugar in there, but it's not overly sweet. It's not even as sweet as, like, you know, if you buy like iced tea that's sweetened here in the US, like you buy a bottle of iced tea that's already sweetened. This isn't as sweet as that. So even though this is it has sugar and it has fructose in it, it doesn't seem to have that much of it because it just seems a lot lighter. And it is kind of an herbal flavor. And it's made with the flowers of the chrysanthemum. It's a nice, like, fresh. It's a very, very fresh tasting tea. Almost like a hint of like medicinal. That's really good. I would like to try this at some point in time, not sweetened. So without the sugar in it, I would like to try that. I think because I like the flavor. I like the chrysanthemum flavor. But I think I'd like to try that without the sweetness. But even with the sweetness, it's pretty good. That's going to get a thumbs up. You know, maybe not like an enthusiastic thumbs up because like I could do without the sweetness, but still a thumbs up. What was the taste of the tea? Very herbal and very floral. Joshua, almost like a medicinal. And I know if I say medicinal, people go like, it tastes like medicine. I don't mean that per se, but like in Asian cultures, a lot of the foods in Asian cultures have particular ingredients because of the medicinal purposes, properties of those ingredients in it. And so a lot of it is herbal, and it kind of gives that same flavor. So if I say medicinal, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that in kind of like an Asian medicinal herbal kind of flavor is what I mean. I hope that helps, Joshua. Alrighty, so the question was, where were chrysanthemums first cultivated for their herbal value? Let's see. Icehan said Japan. Nashi said China. Janice said China. And it has a handbang flavor. I'm going to trust you on that, Nashies, because I'm going to have to look up afterwards what handbang is. Unless it's something that I'm misreading and it's like a naughty thing. Oh, you naughty little girl. It was China. It was, in fact, China in the 15th century BC. So we're talking 15th century BC is like, would be 1400 BC. So approximately 3,500 years ago. That was first cultivated in China for the herbal value. I'm going to look it up anyways, Nashies. I won't be mad, but I'm going to look it up anyways. All right, so let's do this. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to drink a little bit more of this because I'm going to do a little bit. Because this is pretty intense. So let's see. Ooh, that changed, didn't it? Still no smell. That maple is really strong. So for that maple flavor to be stronger than the beer flavor is really strange, really unusual. Now, when I mix this, and it should not be this way, but for some bizarre reason, when I mix the two of these together, it almost has like a cola flavor. Well, I would say like more of a Dr. Pepper flavor, I think. than a cola flavor. But it does. It tastes like one of those like Moxie or Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb, one of those kind of flavors. And maybe you can taste them. You can taste the herbs in it. That's a little drink. Not terrible. Not something that I would say like, oh, that's going to be my favorite flavor now and order it. I'll give it a thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the middle. It didn't suck. Blah, hate maple. You would hate this because this is maple forward. It's really, really strong maple. And how do you live in New England, Jules, and hate maple? How is that even possible? Well, you're probably sick of it, But the thing I don't like is like when you go to a restaurant and you're gonna get it pancakes or something, and they say, "Do you want syrup?" And then I always ask, "Is it maple syrup?" And so, Jules, what was the name of the diner that we went to? I think it was in New Hampshire, where I think I got pancakes and I asked if it had syrup, maple syrup, and they said no. It cost extra for maple syrup. Otherwise, they bring you pancake syrup. Do you remember what the name of that place was? That red something? Red Arrow Diner, exactly. And they sell. And so when you pay extra for it, they sell you a little bottle of maple syrup, about that big. We used it in one of our episodes. I just remember which one, but we actually used that little bottle of maple syrup. And for me, it makes all the difference in the world. Like growing up in New England and having access to maple syrup, once you're familiar and comfortable with maple syrup, when you go to put like pancake syrup, and when I say pancake syrup, I'm talking about like Aunt Jemima, Log Cabin, Mrs. Butterworth, and you can tell that they don't have any maple in it because they're not allowed by law to put the word maple on it if there's no actual maple flavor in there, and so I just don't like it. To me, it's just kind of like this weird flavor corn syrup that's dark corn syrup. I'm just not really crazy about it. So for me, if I'm going to go to a restaurant and I'm going to get pancakes, I'm going to get maple syrup. And if they don't have maple syrup, then I'll just put butter or something like that on it, and I'll just do it without. So I just do not like that corn syrup flavor. So yeah, it's just like I said, growing up in New England, I think the thing is maybe if you've never really tasted real maple syrup and you do for the first time, it's just kind of odd to you. But I'm just the opposite, and so for me, I've raised the bar by actually eating real maple syrup, and I can't go back down to eating the pancake syrup or anything. It's just like it's not as good for me as far as I can tell. IHOP used to have 3 or 4 kinds of syrup on the table. They did, but at least they didn't say maple syrup. So it was like a blueberry syrup or things along those lines. They used to have like different fruit syrups on there, but not necessarily maple syrup. And IHOP, if they had like pancake syrup on them, it was not maple syrup either. Nobody gives you a big pitcher or whatever you call that of maple syrup because maple syrup's expensive. So they don't do that. I think at IHOP, I don't know if IHOP you can ask for maple syrup. I don't know if that's the case. I loved the IHOP with blueberry syrup. The blueberry syrup was really, really good. It was something different, like especially getting blueberry pancakes, put blueberry syrup on that and everything. Yeah, it was good. I didn't like their pancake syrup, their maple syrup. All right, so those are our beverages. Let us get into our next snack. So let's see. I did answer the question, right? I did answer the question. Okay. All right. So Jules, you were talking about Mike's Hot Honey. Mike's Hot Honey seems to be the most popular. I've seen other things like other hot honey things, but Mike's seems to be the most popular. So this is Mike's Hot Honey Blue Diamond Almonds. One of the things that I found about Mike's Hot Honey is I've never really had it where I really thought of it as hot. I mean, it is infused with chili peppers. I just never really found it to be that hot. Maybe this will prove me wrong, but I don't know. Like, Jules, what do you think? You've had a lot of stuff with Mike's Hot Honey in it. Does it seem hot to you? Does it seem like hot and spicy to you? To me, I never get that. Mike's Hot Honey was founded in 2010 by Mike Kurtz. Mike Kurtz in Brooklyn, New York. Blue Diamond Growers was founded in 1910 as the California Almond Growers Exchange, as an agricultural cooperative in Sacramento, California. So, since we're eating almonds, what does the compound amygdalin found in bitter almonds break down to in the body? So again, what does the compound amygdalin found in bitter almonds break down to within the body? Just a tiny kick, enough to compete with the sweetness. Yeah, I guess so. Which is why I like popcorn so much. It's a little sweet, a little spicy. The extra hot is good and hot. They have different levels of heat on Mike's Hot Honey. I didn't know that. I thought it was just one. That's my problem. Is I've never really seen variation in Mike's Hot Honey. So that's what I need to do. I like it because it has spice, but not enough to flare my hives. That's a bad thing. Okay, looks-wise, they look like almonds with sugar on them. Let's see, what else is in here? Ingredients. Almonds, hot honey, cane sugar, honey powder, sea salt, apple cider vinegar powder. I don't know why. Apple cider vinegar, vegetable oil, contains tree nuts. Yeah, it better. I'm eating almonds. It better contain tree nuts. Nice level of sweetness. See? No heat. I'm going to chew it for a while. I'm not getting any heat. The honey's nice. The honey flavor on those almonds is really nice. Oh, wait. There's a pocket of heat. There's a little bit of heat. Well, the heat comes in on the finish. It's odd, though. You would think you would get it up front, but you don't. You get the heat at the end. And it's a subtle heat. And that's okay. Yeah, those are pretty good. You get the sweetness up front, then the sweetness, as you eat it, the sweetness dissipates, and then the heat comes in. It's not a crazy heat. Like, it's not even Tabasco hot, but it's there, and you get it at the end, to finish. So I would say that it's pretty accurate. You get the honey flavor, you get the heat flavor, and of course you get the almond flavor and everything. That's a thumbs up. These are actually pretty good. So our question was, what does the compound amygdalin found in bitter almonds break down into in the body? Let's see. Jules said cyanide. Nashi said hydrocyanic acid. You are both correct. It is cyanide. So there is very, very little almonds. In regular almonds, there's very, very little amygdalin that converts to cyanide. But in bitter almonds, there's a lot of it. And as a matter of fact, if a child eats just a few, it can be fatal. And if an adult eats like 50 of these bitter almonds, then they can be deadly. So a lot of times they'll take bitter almonds and they'll roast them. And I think roasting takes some of that out. But, why take a chance? Because I have actually seen bitter almonds for sale. And I'm thinking like, why? Somebody doesn't know and they just like eat them like candy, and then that game over, man. Game over, man. Game over. Let's see. Is it a dry heat? If so, that's why it's not a dry. Well, my God, it's a dry heat. I'm going straight to hell, but at least it's a dry heat. All right. Next on our hit parade. How are we doing on time? We're doing great on time. We'll finish a little bit early, just in time for Goop Mélange. Let's see, what are we doing next? Oh, how many do we have left? Oh, that's right, we have 3 left. Okay. So, all you people with misophonia, you're going to love this. We are doing corn nuts. And these are chili picante corn nuts, con limon, natural flavor with other natural flavor, crunchy corn kernel. Why? They do Spanish, they do English, it's Spanglish, it's, you know. Now, you guys let me know, is this something new? Is this something, has this always been there and I'm just noticing it now where they're putting the nutritional stuff on there and they're telling you whether something's like high or something's over? Is that new? I mean, they were doing this in Latin American countries for a long time. They put those little black octagons in it, but I don't remember seeing this on American products. Not new. They've been doing this for a while. Huh. I just noticed it, I guess. So again, these are chili picante with limon, and limon is not lemon, it is lime. Natural flavor with other natural flavor. So everything's a natural flavor, and I'm okay with that. All right. So corn nuts were originally introduced by Albert Holloway in Oakland, California in 1936. He basically went around to bars and he sold them to bars so it would make people thirsty. They were originally called Olin's Brown Jug Toasted Corn. I think corn nuts rolls off the tongue a little bit. So here's a question. Corn nuts, what are these? What are corn nuts called in Peru? What are corn? There's a name. The idea of corn nuts originally came from Peru. What are corn nuts called in Peru? ASMR coming. And Claudia, if you're watching, may God have mercy on your soul. And then mine. Incidentally, corn nuts used to be made with Inca corn, so that used to be bigger kernels, but then they started using a hybrid between regular corn and the Inca corn, and the kernels are a lot smaller. But when they first started making this, they were the big ones. Like if you've ever been to Trader Joe's and you ever got the Inca corn at Trader Joe's, those big kernels, that's what these used to be like. But now they're smaller. Janice must not be here. That is really crunchy. That's how you can tell if your corn nuts are stale, if they're not crunchy. That's right, Jules. I'm eating rocks. There's not a huge variation from the regular corn nuts. It says with lime, I'm not really getting that kind of citric acid, that citrusy kind of flavor from lime. It's really not there. And it says picante. It's only slightly picante. But maybe this is like the Mike's Hot Honey. You have to chew it a little bit before you. Let's try some more and see if we do actually get that heat. Don't crunch. How do I not crunch? No, not so much, Jules. Maybe a little bit on the spice, but it's really... I should have opened these from the bottom. May God have mercy on me. All right, Jules, I'm going to try another little bit, and I'm not going to crunch them. Although I'm so tempted to crunch them. All right, here we go. I'm not going to crunch. I'm getting some other flavor, but it's neither heat nor lime. It's like a light tahini. There's a slight bit of heat. Well, again, Jules, I should have opened it from the bottom because I'm sure whatever they coat that with settles. I'm not going to open it from the bottom now because it's already open from the top. You are right, though. You do get a little bit more heat. If you just put them in your mouth and suck on it for a while. Oh, there's a pocket of heat. They don't look coated. All right, one more time. I should have opened the bottom. Everything's settled. So I get the spice right off the bat once I shake that bag up. It's not getting the lime though. Let's see. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward. Thumbs up because they're good. I like them. And they do have some heat. But trending downward because they need to amp up the lime. So I'm going to amp up the lime. It might make them soggy. It's like popcorn. They're going all over the place. All right. Let's try that. I can feel like the cold lime at the bottom of the bag. That's better. But you shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. But I might do that. If I'm going to eat the rest of these later, I might put some more lime juice in it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that thumbs up, trending downward. Maybe, Jules. My dad picked up a canned sweet corn recently that was decent, packed some heat, and was easy to elevate it. Do you want to share what brand name it was? All right, we'll let that simmer for a while. Maybe by the time we do goût mélange, it'll have some more lime flavor. Always handy to have something like this. Always carry some lime juice because you never know when you're gonna need it. All right. So our question was, what are corn nuts called in Peru? That was a long time ago. Let's see. Joshua Maxwell said concha, not concha. Concha. Julie said maize. Looks like the only answers. It is, in fact, concha. Concha. C-A-N-C-H-A is what corn nuts are called in Peru. And not the brand name corn nuts, but the actual corn nut itself. All right. I will ask him and report back next week. Aye, aye. All right. Now these... We're getting into familiar territory here, I think, although these are new because it says new on it. These are, which way do I need to go on that? This way? There we go. These are Cheez-It Jalapeno Cheddar Crunch. So they're not regular Cheetos. As you can see, they look like little waffles. They have holes in them. It says they're new max crunch and flavor. So Cheez-It crackers were introduced in 1921 by the Green and Green Company. No, not the people who built the Gamble House in Pasadena, California. That's a different Green and Green. Those are architects. we have a Gamble House episode coming up soon, which was founded in Dayton, Ohio by Weston Green in 1907. So when Cheez-Its originally came out, they were originally described as baked rarebit. From which country does rarebit originate? Rarebit is a toast with like a cheese and mustard melted on the top. So again, Cheez-Its were originally described as baked rarebit. From which country does rarebit originate? And you're not wrong if you say rabbit, because that was used interchangeable. Soylent Green. Yeah, nothing. I mean, I guess they're new, and that's all I say is that they're new. We won't make that same mistake on this one. Ooh, it smells like vinegar. Is there vinegar in here? Citric acid, lactic acid, sulfuric acid. No, I just made that up. There's no sulfuric acid in here. It smells like vinegar, but there's no vinegar in here. Maybe it's butter. It's a combination of the buttermilk and the citric acid together. Maybe that's making that smell. I don't know. Oh wow, these are miles away from what you expect Cheez-Its to look like. They look like they're the texture of Cheetos. Because of the texture of Cheetos. They're the texture of the baked Cheeto. The baked Cheeto, well, it's kind of somewhere in between. It's somewhere in between the baked Cheetos and the Cheeto Puffs. The texture is in between there. All right, definitely getting the, oh, wow. That packs a little kick. Wow. And the more you eat, the more the heat escalates. Just really weird it has like the flavor of Cheez-It, but if somebody gave it to you and you put it in your mouth and you started eating it, and you would say, like, what kind of cracker is this? Cheez-It would be the last thing that you would come up with, because it's not reminiscent of a Cheez-It at all. But it does have that flavor. It does have the Cheez-It flavor. The texture is completely different. Nice jalapeno flavor, nice cheddar flavor. Those are actually pretty good. Just a little bit odd because I'm eating something that says Cheez-It, and the texture and the heat and flavor in my mouth says those aren't Cheez-Its. So that's gonna get a thumbs up. Those are really different, really interesting and new, and I like it, but a little bit odd. So our question was, Cheez-Its were originally described as baked rarebit. From which country does rarebit originate? Where does it come from? Jules, let's see. Jules said Wales. Icehand said Wales. Nashi said Wales. I'm sorry, guys. It's from Wales. As a matter of fact, we did an episode in Wales. I think, did we already put it out? Did we already put a Wales episode out? I think we did, where we actually had Welsh rarebit. Let's see if I can find it. So bear with me. I mean, it's not a bear with me, but hang on one second. Let me see if I can find that episode. Yes, we do have that. Okay. Video link. That's what I want. Okay. Don't go anywhere. All right. So there's the link. Was it? I think it was in May. In May, I had gone to the UK. I was in Bristol, England, and it's right across the river from Wales. So I made a trip into Wales, and me and Venki went into Wales and enjoyed Welsh. I think there were 4 different things that we got Welsh food, and Welsh rarebit was one of them. So if you follow the link, don't do it now. That's like after school stuff. Yeah, Welsh rabbit, rabbit or rarebit were one of the things that we did. Jared Tierno has entered the room. Hello, Jared. Jared, I thought you were here earlier. Am I mistaken? Or am I just old? Or both? Maybe a little of both. All righty. Let's see. Where did we go? Oh, okay, there we go. Yes, it is in fact Wales. Wales, well, actually, the part of Wales I went, I was just there for an afternoon. But, because I am not going to England, being across the river from another country and not going to that other country. So that's why I went to Wales. But like I said, just there for the afternoon. All right. Now the last one, and I specifically saved this one for last because I have no idea what to expect with this. I might have to run to the bathroom, but fortunately, you see that door there? That's the bathroom. So I might have to run there really quick. This is, where's the label? This is Corn Maiden. Corn Maiden is the brand. It's Tapatio chorizo and egg burrito. I know, I'm thinking the same thing. So it just, I saw this and it looked scary and I thought I would try it. Now, I would tell you that while I was heating this up, it has chorizo in it. It has eggs in it. It's a burrito. All I smelled was tapatio. I could smell the tapatio in it. It is busy. It is very busy nowadays. There is a lot of stuff in here. Pork chorizo is the first ingredient, and that's always a good thing when you're doing something like that. But then it also has like garlic, dried chilies, adobos, spices, cinnamon, garlic, pink salt, red bell pepper, whole egg, pinto beans in tapatio red sauce, red peppers, tomato sauce, jack cheese. Wow, there is a lot going on here. So Corn Maiden Foods was founded in 1994 by Chef Pascal Dropsy in Harbor City, California. Now, this isn't a trivia question, but it's a question. Dropsy used to be, there used to be a disease, and I think we still have that disease, but it used to be called dropsy, but I can't remember which one it was. There's a lot of diseases were formerly called something else. Like, for instance, consumption was tuberculosis. So tuberculosis used to be called consumption. The grip, GRIPPE, was a cold. It was called the grip. And so there was one of those diseases, but I can't remember which one. So it's not important. Somebody's going to tell me. Edema is the same as dropsy, right? Nashies? Okay. Swelling of the legs. Yeah, I knew it was an antiquated term for something we currently have. Edema makes more sense. Edema sounds like the female villain of a horror movie. Oh no, it's Edema Wilson who has the haunted amusement park. So anyways, here we are. I'm gonna cut into this. And if you hear screaming, it's this and not me. Let me clean this up because it has chocolate pudding on it. We don't want to cross-contaminate. Or maybe we do, but we don't. Did I ask the question? I did not ask the question. So the question is, because we're talking about corn maidens, right? Which Native American nation's mythology included 6 corn maidens who grew corn in 6 colors? Again, which Native American nation's mythology included 6 corn maidens who grew corn in 6 different colors? Chew on that one for a while. Oh, this is going to be... It's really hard to cut through the tortilla. It's like kind of tough. All right. That's questionable. There's a lot of chorizo there. It looks like it's not quite melted. Does have chorizo flavor. The egg isn't very prominent, It's there. You can taste it, but it's not. I think it would be nice if it was like scrambled or something. At least you'd get some like egg texture. There's no egg texture. There's egg flavor. There's no egg texture. I asked this a long time ago, but you missed it. Would you consider Boston cream pie a pudding pie, Val? No, only because I would consider it a cake. Because the thing is, it's not really what you think of in terms of a pie. Now, let me explain that. Hang on one second. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. And here's my chat. So Ice Hand, watch that episode and then ask yourself the same question afterwards if you would consider it a pudding pie. Now, I am was used to Boston cream pie being like a pie, in a pie tin with kind of a pudding base. In that case, I would say yes. But then I went to the Omni Parker House in Boston, where they originally made Boston cream pie, I think in 1850, somewhere around there, where they made the first Boston cream pie. And they still serve it the same way that they used to make it in the 1850s. And lo and behold, it's a cake. It's a cake and not a pie. So I would say I would consider it a pudding cake. All right. Anyways, getting back to this. Yeah, the egg is too subtle in there. They need to kind of amp that up. Blake or a pie. My mom made it in a pie tin, so that's what I went on. If you go to a grocery store and you buy a Boston cream pie, typically it does look like a pie. It's in a pie tin. So your mom is correct in that. If you go to a grocery store and you buy Boston cream pie, typically it's going to look like a pie. But I think from what I found out when I went to the Omni Parker House is the reason that it's called a pie is because they used to use the same tin or the same pan to make cakes that they made pie in. And so they didn't differentiate it. So something that was a cake, they would call a pie, and it was kind of interchangeable. This is okay. It's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I just want some egg texture in there, and I'm not getting that. The chorizo flavor is really good, and there's a lot of it. I thought that the outside, because of how difficult it was to cut into it, was going to be kind of like rough, but it's not. So I'm going to say thumbs in the middle, trending upward. It's not quite like 100%. This is delicious, but it's essentially a round eclair. No, it is kind of a round eclair, but it's very like when you go to the Parker House to get it, they give you a slice of it, and it comes to the table looking like a slice of cake. So I'm trying to remember if it was round or something. Did I put I posted the episode on there. I think it was. I'm trying to remember if it was square or round. I can't remember offhand. But it essentially came to the table, and I was like, that's a cake. But they don't say necessarily that it really was a pie. 1 second. What would be a good hot sauce to go with a chorizo burrito? Let's see. Probably. I don't think the green. I think this one. We're going to try this. So I just want to amp the heat up a little bit. Not that it doesn't have heat, it does, but I just want to amp that up a little bit. So I'm going to use this Mexico Lindo Salsa de Chile Habanero Rojo red sauce. Extra hot. Let's try a little dab will do ya. Anyone remember where that's from? Tom, you remember. A little dab will do ya. What's that from? I know you know, Tom. milk hot sauce. I do have, what is it? Funny you say it, you should mention that, Nashies. You spoke and I listened. We are going to try. Yes, you are reading that correctly. This is KFC hot sauce or Kentucky Fried Chicken hot sauce. But it's like that CVS thing, right? Consumer value stores, Kentucky Fried Chicken. We are going to try the KFC hot sauce. Well, the reason I have this is because I got, we're going to do a first taste of the KFC chicken pot pie. Filmed that the other day, and I asked for some hot sauce, and they gave me like a handful of the hot sauces, so that's why I still have this one. So we are going to try KFC's hot sauce on this burrito. Have you guys tried that? Have you guys had the chicken pot pie at KFC? But you knew what I was talking about, Tom. That is probably more like if you actually put the Tapatio hot sauce on there. There is it seems like the heat's a little bit stronger than what's in here. And it's definitely vinegar based. It steps it up a little bit, I think. Now, basically, again, remember, we're going as is. So we're going with our basic, our same thumbs in the middle trending upward for our review on that. Are you going to try the McD's Grinch meal? No, I am not, and I will tell you why. Because the only thing different between the McD's Grinch meal and a value meal or whatever is that the McD's Grinch meal, I think there's two different versions of it. So one is with McNuggets, and the other one was with a Big Mac. So what's different about the Big Mac? Absolutely nothing. Then you get a Coke with it. And what's different about the beverage? Absolutely nothing. So what is different? The fries. So the fries come with a Grinch salt or something. I think that's what they're calling it, Grinch salt. So I am not going to try the McD's Grinch meal. I'm going to try the fries with the Grinch salt. But I'm going to ask them to not put salt on the fries because I'm not going to put salt on salt, right? So, but I am going to try it because somebody else requested that. And I looked it up and I go I'd have to eat a Big Mac just because it comes with the meal. And everyone knows what a Big Mac tastes like. There's no difference. It's not different. And the Coke. So I'm not going to buy the whole meal. I'm just going to buy the fry. I'm just going to get the fries with the Grinch salt or whatever they call that. The pickle salt was good. The socks are really nice. I did a review of the socks. They're just socks, right? I mean, but you get but I have to eat a Big Mac to get those socks. And I don't eat them though. Oh, don't eat the socks. Yeah. No, I don't want to buy a Big Mac. I mean, I get a Diet Coke and that's okay, but I don't want to have to buy a Big Mac and eat a Big Mac when I can just, if the only thing that's different is the socks and the French fries. I'm not going to eat the socks anyways. I'll just try the French fries. So, I do want to cover it. And I know people, like I said, people asked, so I'm going to get the fries with the sauce because honestly, and you guys are going to laugh, McDonald's has some of the best French fries in fast food. And they're totally not good for you. There's so much artificial stuff on them. They're flash fried and then frozen, and on them, they're flash fried and then frozen and all kinds of other stuff. But they just do it right and they're good. So it's like, unless you're going for something very, very specific. The McRib is back. I'm not going to try that. We did the McRib. Once is enough. But yeah, their fries it's the go-to place for the fries. have a hard time. The only fries I like better than that, but they're more expensive, but you get a lot of them, is Five Guys. I like the fries at Five Guys, especially the Cajun fries at Five Guys. But pay $20 for a Big Mac. Yeah, not going to happen, Joshua. But I am going to try the fries. So shake the nugs in the salt. Excellent. Oh, that's an idea. But I'm just going to use them on the fries, just like they intended. 2 birds, Dad. 2 birds. Yeah, the McRibs are nasty. We did the McRib. I want to say it's somewhere around 2017 or so, before they took it away. But it's back, and like, why? All right. So let's go back to our Corn Maiden Tapatio, chorizo, and egg burrito, because we asked a trivia question, and that was, which Native American nation's mythology included 6 corn maidens who grew corn in 6 colors? And what were the guesses? Were there guesses? Even guesses? Were there guesses? Let's see. I don't think there was. I don't think anybody guessed. Anybody want to guess? While I'm looking up to see if anybody already did guess. I'm not seeing any. Not seeing any guesses. Hot mustard for the nugs. Yeah, I'm with you there, Jules. Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about the nugs with the pickle salt or whatever it is. Which Native American nation's mythology included 6 corn maidens who grew corn in 6 colors? Nobody answered that, or if you did, I missed it, and I apologize. The answer is the Zuni tribe. The Zuni tribe had their mythology includes corn maidens, 6 corn maidens who grew corn in 6 different colors. So apparently, they have corn in 6 different colors. All right. Wow, are we that early? It's like we have 20 minutes, and I think we're done. We are done. All right. So let's get Goop Mélange started. I thought we was gonna look up, and it's like, holy crap, it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock our time here. I thought I was gonna look up and see that it was late, but apparently we have some time, so that's a good thing. So let's get our Goop Mélange ready. Are you guys ready for Goop Mélange? And the crowd goes crazy. See? Jared didn't know that, Jules, that McDonald's had hot mustard. Jules, did we do that while I was up there? Did we do the McDonald's hot mustard, or were we thinking of doing that before I left? I don't remember. Did we do that? As you said that, I pulled Chloe's corn tea out of the dryer. She's a corn maiden. All right, so let's cut up this burrito. I make a mess here. All right. So that's going to be an odd thing, is having the burrito in the Goop Mélange. Not the weirdest thing we've put in it, but still. Oh, that is messy. That is messy as hell. That is a hot mess. I did not, Jules. We talked about it, though. Maybe I'll do a twofer, Jules. Maybe I'll get the nugs and I'll get the hot mustard because I got to go to McDonald's anyways to do the Grinch thing. So, all right, and now let's do our chocolate pudding pie. That needs a little more chocolate, and we use the same knife that we just used to cut the chorizo burrito. Oh, that's going to be soupy. That is wet and soupy. Look at that. But that's okay. All right, there's that. I have serious questions about this.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, I can't. That was Siri. I said serious, and Siri asked me what I wanted. Corn nuts. That ought to be enough. Cheez-It Crunch, and I think we should probably break these up. I don't know if that's enough. Let's see. Oh, that breaks apart nice. I can't tell the difference between that and the corn. All right. Mike's Hot Honey Blue Diamond Almonds. I like when it's easy enough you can just like pour a few in there. Let's see, what else? Oh, the Korean barbecue. Got the pudding pie, the Korean barbecue. Let's do the Korean barbecue. What did I do here? What is that? Don't mind me. This is just like this Korean barbecue jerky is really wet and sticky. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to eat that other piece. Soup melange. Well, it's not going to be that soupy. Let me ask you guys a question. I don't know if we've talked about this before or not. So everybody has their comfort food. So for me, people who like In-N-Out because they were born and raised in Southern California talk about how awesome it is and how much they love In-N-Out. And honestly, the burgers are good for the price point. You don't get a big patty. It's only like 3-ounce patty. But it's good for the price point. But, honestly, really thin, really small. Their fries are garbage. But, again, some people really love them. Now, for me, as far as comfort food goes, it's like something like when I go to Boston and I get off there's a squirrel just jumped down on the tree right outside that was like, he's looking at me. Hi, squirrel. When I go to Boston, I stop at Dunkin' Donuts. I get a cup of coffee and a donut. Yes, I know they're crappy. Yes, I know they're not that great. But I stop there because I grew up with that, right? So that's kind of a thing. But as far as comfort food goes, like I had a rough day. I think I deserve a fill in the blanks, right? For me, it's a hot dog. Hot dog is my comfort food. No, people say like, oh, well, I can see why, because you can't ruin a hot dog. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you can absolutely ruin a hot dog. You guys have not seen on Reckless Eating the episode where we went to IKEA and we got that vegan hot dog, or even on Trippy Food where we did the Loma Linda vegan hot dogs that come in a can. Yeah, it's easy. You can ruin a hot dog. But like every once in a while, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go to Costco and get one of those $1.50 hot dogs and I'm just going to smile and be happy. So my question to you guys is, what is your comfort food? What is your go-to? What is your, like, had a rough day, I think I deserve fill in the blanks. So fill in the blank. What is your comfort food? What is, wet and sticky. Itchy and scratchy, that's right. Ren and Stimpy, itchy and scratchy. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing the Irish potato chips. I smell like they have that that blue cheese feet smell. And it sounds like I'm saying that in a bad way, but I'm really not. Cheeseburger. Now, do you have a go-to for that cheeseburger, or will any cheeseburger do? Nah, cheese. And do you like it a certain way? Like, no ketchup, no pickles, like Matt, except Matt will put the ketchup on and take the pickles off. But so do you have a go-to cheeseburger? And also, what's your favorite assembly cheeseburger? Sushi. There you go, Jared. So, Jared, is there a particular sushi that you like? Like, do you like the sashimi? Do you like the raw fish on top of the rice, or do you like the rolls? And if you like the rolls, like which roll do you like? I like the what do they call the dragon roll, which I think it has lobster in it, if I'm not mistaken. Those are pretty good. But I like sushi too. I mean, just about anything. Cheese and crackers. Yeah. Now, cheese and crackers is a very undervalued combination. Like I'll eat crackers and I'll eat cheese, but I don't always think to say, let me get some crackers and let me get some cheese and let me get some crackers that go with this cheese and everything. So cheeseburgers. Yeah, but Tom, like is there a certain like preparation, like you like it medium rare with what on it? You know, like or you just don't care, like any cheeseburger will do. Like you pull into McDonald's and get a cheeseburger, that will do. Never met a sushi I didn't like. No, wait, I've had gas station sushi. I've had gas station sushi too, and it wasn't that bad. The only sushi I've had that really it wasn't crazy about was in Southfield, Michigan, and that makes perfect sense. So, Jules, would you say your go-to is, or your comfort food is sushi? Would you say that? I love raw sushi, like the tuna rolls, make it spicy. The spicy tuna rolls are good. Quarter pounder, Dave's single for fast food. By Dave's single, I assume you mean Wendy's, right? Five Guys for a bit more fancy. Yeah. The reason I don't go to I like Five Guys burgers. The thing I like about them is that the beef is coarse ground. So in other fast food places, it seems like denser and it seems finer ground. At Five Guys, it's looser and it's coarser, and I like that. The only thing about Five Guys for me is like it can be cost prohibitive to go there a lot. But I do like their burgers, and I also like the fact that you can get 30 things to put on it for free. I think it was on Reckless Eating. We did an episode where we went in there and we just said, give me it was 10 burgers or something, because there was a bunch of people, and it's like, and put everything on it. Put every single free thing that you have, put it on it. We did that. So I do like Five Guys. It's just that it's a little on the expensive side. For me, as far as a cheeseburger goes, my go-to is the Habit. I go to the Habit and I get the charburger, charburger with cheese, the double charburger, I think is double charburger with cheese and grilled jalapenos on it. And that for me is like perfection. Cheeseburger with bacon makes me smile. It would make anyone smile. Like them fully lettered, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomato, cheese, bacon, cheese. I'm seeing cheese twice, and I think there's probably a reason for that. Yes, cheese 2 times. There it is. It's expensive or nice retreat. I agree, Nashies. And some people say it's not worth it. It is. It's good. I do like Five Guys. Like if I was going to compare like the taste of the burger at Five Guys compared to like Wendy's or Burger King or whatever, I'm going to take Five Guys, but it's more expensive. The thing that a lot of people don't like about Five Guys is that they put the burger in the bun and they put it in a foil package. And so if you're going to take it home and eat it, by the time you get it home, that bun is soggy. And I'm not really crazy about that. So what I've learned to do is I ask them if they can not put it in the foil pouch. And so some of them like it depends on how the manager feels. Like I went into one store and I said, "Can you just wrap the burger in one of your paper bags? Just put the burger in a paper bag and then wrap it in that and give it to me like that." And they said, "Yeah, okay, we'll do that." Or they have those little trays, like the aluminum trays with the plastic cover on it, and they said, "We'll put it in one of those for you." They'll do that too. But yeah, I don't have them put it in the little foil pouch because it steams the bun, which is nice if you like steamed buns, but then the bun gets a little bit soggy, and I'm not really crazy about that. Checkers fries are fantastic too. Yeah, I just wish they were in more places. There's I'm in the LA area, and there's not a lot of Checkers in the area. Well, maybe the area of LA, and I'm in it anyways. All right, what did I miss? Did I get any? Oh no, I forgot the tangerine vanilla cashew macadamia glazed mix. Yeah, Checkers does do good fries. That ought to work. That's going to be sweet. I don't know what it's going to do. It seems like a lot of people are on the same page on some stuff. Like cheeseburgers is a big one. Sushi's a big one. For me, it's hot dogs. I don't know. And like I said, it has to be a certain hot dog. Some hot dogs are just not crazy about. Like IKEA has a 75-cent hot dog, and it tastes like a 75-cent hot dog. Not a big fan of it. dropping stuff all over the place. There's something really sticky in there. I think it might be the pudding cake, the pudding pie. Ziller, I hope everyone's doing well. I am Ziller. I'm not sure about everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else. They will chime in. Good to see you. A little bit on the late side, but you know, you're never too late. It's always good to see you. Our door is always open, except when it's closed. So, hope you are doing well as well. Are you doing well? Look at this, old friends. Old friends. This is not mixing really well. Because I think the that chocolate pudding in the pie kind of sticks things together. There we go. Goop mélange. I still got to do goop mélange. I still have to do the actual goop mélange from The Odd Couple. I still need to do that. But I need to have like an unwitting victim to eat it with me. I was thinking of Matt. That leads with sweet. That's weird. I think there's something really sticky in there. I think it's the beef jerky. And the pudding helps that become sticky. But then there's the corn nuts that are crunchy as hell, and the almonds are crunchy. They're let's see, we did a hot honey, and then the Cheez-Its were spicy. I think that might have been the only spicy thing. Oh, and the burrito was spicy. But this doesn't have a lot of spice to it. But look, these are things we added during the live stream, so I'm going to add them here. So I'm going to put a little bit of gochujang in there, just a drop. We added KFC hot sauce, so we'll put some of that in there. And we added Mexico Lindo salsa de chile habanero rojo, and we'll put some of that in there. Little goes a long way. A little dab will do ya. I'm going to smell the vinegar from that Mexico Lindo hot sauce. All right, let's try this. That chocolate pudding pie is really sweet. Now, I don't know if it's because we mixed the hot sauce in there, but it seems like the corn nuts aren't as crunchy. This isn't bad. That blue cheese chips have a very strong taste, and I'm not getting it. It's not coming through in the group. There's some crunch. I think part of that's the potato chips. It's funny because I put 3 different kinds of hot sauce. If you consider the gochujang hot sauce, 3 different kinds of hot sauce in there, and it doesn't really have a lot of heat. I guess it kind of dissipates. Thoughts on going live for Christmas? I don't think Christmas is on the weekend. I think Christmas is on a Thursday. It depends on where I am, because I think I might be in a hotel at Christmas, and I might not have good access, but we'll figure it out. But even if we do a short thing, that would be fun. Either Christmas Eve or Christmas. And again, if I'm not mistaken, Christmas Eve is on a Wednesday. Christmas is on a Thursday, which means New Year's Day is on a Thursday as well. So if we did a Saturday live stream, that would be 2 days after Christmas. I don't know. I'm not thinking about that. Might do a quick one. Might do like a shorter version of it. But again, you have to see. There's a lot of family stuff going on. So, I'm not sure where I will be. And it's not like I can really say, well, I know the family's getting together, but I'm really going to do a live stream. So we'll see. We'll do something like that. Hey, Bob is here. What are you snacking on there? That's my goût mélange, Bob. This is like the culmination of everything that we ate today, which was Gold Emblem Korean BBQ flavored jerky and Cheez-It Crunch, jalapeno and cheddar, and Mike's Hot Honey Blue Diamond Almonds, Mrs. Red's Pudding Pie, Chile Picante Corn Nuts, and Sahale Snacks Tangerine Vanilla Cashew Macadamia Nuts. Some good stuff. That goût mélange, I am going to give it thumbs in the middle, trending upward. Thumbs in the middle because, who does this, right? Trending upward because actually the flavors are really good. There's nothing that really steps on any toes. They get kind of pockets of stuff. It's not too hot. It's not too sweet. It's just, it's in a nice spot. There's some crunchiness to it. There's some chewiness to it. There's some, softness to it and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. It's probably one of the better ones. We've done some that are just like really like one spoonful was good, but Portmanteau is here too. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you. I mean, I didn't acknowledge you. So it sounds like Matt is finishing up his stream and people are coming over. Let's see. Anybody else? Did anybody else come in? I don't know. Well, we got Bob. Bob came in too. I didn't recognize Bob. All right. So, yeah. Thumbs in the middle. A lot of good stuff here today. Didn't really get anything that I thought was like really horrible. The chocolate pudding pie just needed more chocolate, but it wasn't horrible tasting. And the corn nuts needed to up the lime flavor. But other than that, everything was really good. So sometimes you eat lunch and sometimes lunch eats you. So it was actually very good. Just got home from picking up our tree, making chili and baked potatoes for dinner. Oh, so do you put the chili in the baked potatoes? So it's like chili stuffed potatoes. Is that what you're doing? Because that sounds good. That sounds really good, like a good combo. Did I miss anything? Please tell me if I missed anything. I got all those flavors happening in my mouth right now when I did the goop. So it's kind of like still in there, but actually pretty good. So again, I don't know about next week. I'm not sure yet because I might have a conflict with something on Saturday and something on Sunday. So I'll let you guys know, of course, whether we're going to do it or whether we're going to shift the day to Saturday or not. But I'll try to let you know as soon or as early in the week as possible. We do have the holidays coming up, and we might add some stuff like on the holidays. I don't know. I will try that. We'll take your suggestions into account. We've got a bunch of stuff to edit, some other stuff to film and everything. Really looking forward to it. Once again, I thank you all for joining us today, for making us part of your weekend, and for just being an awesome community. I honestly could not ask for a better community. I think we only had to ban one person in the entire history of our live stream, and it was because it was just a troll, just somebody who came in, wasn't even a regular person, just came in and started trolling everything. But other than that, never had any problems with anybody. We had some people who like to push the envelope a little bit, but never really took it over the line. So I really and sincerely thank you guys for being such a great community. I couldn't ask for a greater community. So yeah, I have 6,000 subscribers, but I appreciate every single one of you. It's not like I got a bunch of bots and people like I don't know and everything. I really, really appreciate you. And I really love and look forward to spending time with you on the weekend on the live streams and bringing you content during the week. So the Trippy Quickies and the regular episodes on Thursday, everything. I love doing that for you guys, and I hope you enjoy that as well. Now, I will ask you to support the channels that we support. If you don't know who they are, go to our main YouTube channel, and then it says featured channels under there. Just take a look at some of those. Some of them aren't even doing anything anymore, but still good. Good. Some of them are not really travel or food related, but just channels that I really like and everything, and check them out. But even the people in our chat, like Janice, like Tom, like Nashies, check out their channels, and I think you're going to like them. And if you do like them, like I think you're going to, then show them some love. Subscribe to the channels, like the videos, and when you do subscribe, make sure you click that bell so that you get notification when they come out with new stuff or have stuff pending. Like the videos and leave comments. Comments are always good. Right now, I think we're able to keep up with the comments and everything. So keep them coming. Keep leaving comments for us and everything. And I will respond to every comment. We're not as big as like LA Beast or anything where we can't possibly respond to everybody. But we're in a nice place right now where we can keep it cool and respond to your comments and stuff, and I just appreciate your support. So, no holidays or anything coming up this week, but it's going to be a busy week. I think these next few weeks are going to be really busy, but just when you go through these busy weeks and everything, just take the time to remember others. Be careful because it's crazy out there. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. See you again soon.